Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know even then that somewhere you will see her again and again. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing. You may hear her laughing across a crowded room. And night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her or him call you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own. Or all through your life you may dream on alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go. All right, that's Some Enchanted Evening. And that's Rodgers and Hammerstein. Or Hammerstein. Rodgers and Hammerstein. Or Hammerstein. From South Pacific. When was that? 1945? Was it 1945 or so? Maybe 1951? I don't know. That's thank you. Hello everybody. This is the Nosho. I am Ethan. The Nosho is every night at 9. Hello Richard. Hello Neuro. Hello Mobius. Hello Mary. Hello everybody. Hello Snicks. Hello Kathy. Thank you for joining. So that's a tune that, when I was a freshman in college and I decided I was going to audition for it was actually, if you can imagine, it was the end of my freshman year and I had just started singing and I decided to audition for the Hasty Pudding. They did a spring musical. And so I went to the local music store and all I knew was that I had a lowish voice. I had never really sung. And so the two pieces of sheet music they gave me were South Pacific, that one, Some Enchanted Evening, and they also gave me the piece of sheet music, If Ever I Would Leave You, both of which are really actually very challenging. So it was like I was just trying, without any training to figure that out. And I remember I did the audition, and the guy who was the figure of authority, he said to me, "You're a serious guy, aren't you?" Because I must have had a look on my face like I was trying really hard, which I was. So, but anyway, I then sang this number in many concerts, Some Enchanted Evening. and I had it transposed into, "Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Hey, David, nice to see you. Bonsoir." I transposed it. I had this guy. There's an incredible guy named Bob Marks. Bob Marks is a Broadway and cabaret sort of musical theater coach. His office was right upstairs from the Carnegie Deli, near Carnegie Hall on 7th Avenue. It was there forever. Just a couple of years ago, he moved out of that office, but he was there for 35, 40 years probably. And he had a closet, which was like a library, which had basically every piece of sheet music in it from all of Broadway history. So he could go back into that closet and find the perfect song for you. So at the time, I had him transpose it into the Ezio Pinza key. Hey, Mom, how you doing? So Ezio Pinza would sing it one full step down from where the original key was. So anyway, I don't know what this key is, but I just picked it off the internet. Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know. Somehow you know. You just know. You're in a crowded room. You see a stranger. Wham! But it's an enchanted evening, so it's magical. Woo! Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room. That's the old, the belting it out. Hey Z, nice to see you. Aloha. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing. You may hear her laughing. And if you're really overly sensitive and you're a little neurotic and you hear her laughing, you're going to think she's laughing at you. So this whole song is just going to go sideways. You may hear her laughing. You may hear her laughing across a crowded room. And night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. So you hear her laughing, and then the sound of her laughter sings in your dreams. I remember that was a little bit of a challenge. It sings in your dreams. I think I misremembered that at one point as the sound of her laughter will ring in your dreams. But no, it sings in your dreams. So you're dreaming and you're just hearing her laughter. But it sounds like in this, if you look at it carefully, it sounds like he didn't talk to her. He didn't talk to her in this verse. You heard her laughing across the room, and then you're dreaming and you hear that laughter. But you didn't talk to her. So I guess this is like the counter history, where you didn't actually make the move. But then it all works out, I think, later in the song. The sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening. By the way, the va va va, that's like a swelling in the orchestra. I can't swell in the orchestra on the ukulele. At least not yet. Give me a few months. Some enchanted evening. Wait, let me try to swell in the orchestra. Why not? Wah, 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 wah. Oh no, that's not wah, wah, wah. That ain't it. Wah, 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 wah. Some enchanted evening when you find your true love, when you feel her call you across a crowded room, and fly to her side and make her your own. Make her your own. Again, we get into this very possessive business. There's a lot of possessive lyrics we've been finding in the first half of the 20th century. Everyone's making each other theirs. Be mine, you're mine, I'm his, he's yours. Seems like not the healthiest approach. Richard says, nice haircut, Ethan. Well, thank you. Thank you for noticing. Let me give a little plug here to my friend Russell across the street. Russell has a tonsorial parlor. It's called Ludlow Blunt, and he is a fantastic barber, all the way from the East End of London originally. Z, I don't get that reference. You said, you almost sounded like Curly Howard going la la la. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to take it as a nice thing. Yes, Kathy, it was a man's world with these lyrics. Then fly to her side and make her your own, or all through your life you may dream all alone. That's a little bit like make her your own, or all. I mean, as though you only have one chance. I think that this song is operating on the fallacy of fate, the fallacy in Hebrew and in Yiddish they call it the bashert, that there's one person out there who's your bashert, the person that you're meant to be with. It's like God wrote it in the book. God wrote it in the book of love. That's who you got to be with. And here in this song, it's like your destiny. And here, if you miss that boat, it's all over. Fly to her side and make her your own, or all through your life you will dream all alone. Man, it's like a threat, this song. Or all through your life you may dream all alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Okay, again, it's sounding like lock. Once you have found her, lock her in your basement. Once you have found her, lock her in your basement. Yeah. I guess shed would be the word. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, lock her in the shed. Let me try that again. Lock her in the shed. Wah, wah, wee, wah, wah, wah. Maybe that's not what Rodgers and Hammerstein meant when they said never let her go. It's a little bit like it's like ISIS summer camp. You send your daughter off to ISIS summer camp. I was just looking for a beverage. I didn't bring a beverage tonight. Dave says me 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 me. Some really good movies about locking people up. I saw this. Someone was mentioning the other day. My friend was mentioning Steve Carell in Uncle Vanya, I guess on Broadway. And that brought to mind that Carell, a year or two ago, he starred in a Hulu series where he plays a therapist who's treating, I guess, Brendan Gleeson, or not Brendan Gleeson, but Brendan Gleeson's son, who's an actor, who's also a Gleeson. I can't remember his first name, a beautiful Celtic first name, I think. Anyway, Carell is treating this patient, and the patient basically locks him up. So he's, no spoilers, but it's a really good series. The stakes are really high. This guy locks a therapist up to get treatment from him on an intensive basis. It's really good. And Carell gives a really good performance. And then, of course, there was that Oscar-winning movie from about 5 years ago. Was it called Room? Was it The Room? You don't even know what's going on exactly, but there's a woman and her daughter who are just locked in a place. Yes, Leslie combining two genres in one. I like that. Help me, I'm locked in the basement and I can't get up. That's like those metal. It's like a Med Alert bracelet, but that's like Med Alert bracelet plus. Not only have you fallen, but you've fallen and you've been abducted. Where is this going? Richard asks. Going right to the basement. No, it's not going anywhere. It's just I was just thinking about I'm in a little bit of a dark mood. But that's all right. That happens. Okay. Speaking of dark moods, I have another song ready to go. Completely different, but take me out tonight, where there's music and there's people who are young and alive, driving in your car. I never wanna go home because I haven't got one anymore. Take me out tonight, because I wanna see people and I wanna see life. Driving in your car, oh please don't drop me home, because it's not my home, it's their home and I'm welcome no more. And here comes the chorus. And if a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. And if a 10-ton truck kills the both of us, to die by your side, well, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. Take me out tonight. Take me anywhere, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And in the darkened underpass, I thought, oh God, my chance has come at last. But then a strange fear gripped me and I just couldn't ask. Take me out tonight. Anyway, going out, and yes, Morrissey can write, for sure. I agree, David. And if a 10-ton truck kills the both of us, to die by your side, well, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. There is a light and it never goes out. There is a light and it never goes out. There is a light and it never goes out. There is a light and it never goes out. All right, well, that was a little bit of an aspirational thing for me to sing that tune. I mean, aspirational to be able to do justice to that song. That's a crazy song. I really I love that song and I love that whole album. My friend and freshman year roommate had that cassette tape. It came out in '86. That was the year we started college. And we listened to that thing hundreds and hundreds of times. It's like a romantic, it's like a good date song, but then it has this very dark thing underneath there. Oh, that's the first time you've heard that song, Neurogeezer. All right, well, listen to Morrissey doing it. Listen to the Smiths doing it. It's a beautiful song. The problem is that you wouldn't know what a beautiful ending you're having if it's instantaneous. Well, that's true. Thanks. Okay, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Ethan. This is the Nosho. It happens every night at 9, right here on YouTube. Why am I in a bit of a dark mood tonight? In a word, family. Family can be challenging, even when their intentions are totally positive and pure. Am I right? Taking a controversial position. Families are challenging. So I'll leave it at that for the moment. Take me out tonight. Dun, dun. Okay, we're going to look for another song. You know, that's a really good idea, Dawn. Dawn says, shall we consult Dr. Benjamin? That is a great idea. Okay, let's do it. All right, I'm going to take Dr. Benjamin off the shelf. Dr. Benjamin, today is now. Nancy says, someone told me that all families are cannibalistic. I had to agree after thinking about it. Because they eat their own. Yeah, I think that's right. Kathy, thank you very much. That's very sweet. Okay, I've just opened randomly to page 13. I'm going to try that and see what it does for us. Okay, here we go. Page 13. Isaiah, Uzziah, we all Zaya. I've been asked if I see myself as a prophet. This is Dr. Benjamin talking. I've been asked if I see myself as a prophet. Depends on what you mean. Yes, I do have good news to share. News about your future, about our future, and more importantly, about the present. This guy uses a lot of exclamation points. And it is my life's mission to spread this message to my clients, my readers, my friends and family, my community, and to all of humankind, and beyond when the occasion arises. Seriously, this work is not only for earthlings. Some of what you will experience in these pages will open your eyes to a new reality. Not just a familiar reality bathed in a new light, but a nativity, to use a word with some biblical baggage. Or perhaps a sense, or perhaps a rebirth or reincarnation, but in this life. So, in that sense, yes, I am working in the prophetic tradition. But I make no claim to divine inspiration, unless you mean the divine within each of us. The impulse to create stuff, to spread love, joy, and goodwill, to forgive and be forgiven. Are those sacred acts or just deeply human ones? Let's leave that question to the scholars and theologians. All right, last paragraph of this page. But to you, reader, seeker, fellow human, full of questions, I'm not here to tell you where the mundane ends and the sacred begins. That's a border with no signs, no guards, no customs agents, and no souvenir shop that also sells artisanal meats. Yeah. Finding the line between the mundane and the divine. That's what we're talking about there. I like that page. It's fun. It's fun reading a thing you wrote a few years ago and not remembering the joke or where it goes. So leave it to Dr. Benjamin. He takes the turn. Oh, that's funny. I feel cured. You, yes. The artisanal meats. I feel cured. One of them smells. Okay. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, that's a fun chapter. Do we all feel better? I feel better. Thank you for that suggestion. Thank you for the suggestion to read. Oh, come on. What happened? Okay, Leslie, you're asking what happened. I'll tell you what happened. I can't. I really can't. I feel weird going into it, but basically, I went to a dinner. Let's put it this way: it was a dinner that was. I went to a dinner that was advertised as a non-Seder Seder, because I don't do that. I don't go in for the religious stuff or the tradition stuff. So it was advertised as a non-Seder Seder, but then we got there and it was a Seder, and it really it was a downer. My feeling about the story of Passover and the Exodus and all that, I feel like back to Egypt. That's my platform. Let's just go back to Egypt. You know, there was that Marcus Garvey movement back to Africa. I would like to start we shouldn't be celebrating the Exodus. We should be marking it and figuring out how to get back to Egypt. There are just a lot of advantages to how it was going. Things just got, I think after the Exodus, it just got all complicated. So I'm not a big fan of Passover and that whole thing. Back to the garden. Yeah, even earlier. Go back to the garden. Very nice. All right, let me sing a song of peace before we end this. Can I just go back to Brooklyn, please? Exactly. Yes, Leslie. Yes, Leslie. Tonight won't be just any night. You know, that's a lot like Some Enchanted Evening, that song, Tonight. It's like, oh my God, I happen to meet that person who just changes it all for me. Yeah, okay. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Oh yeah. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. Peace, love, and joy. Okay. Do we have peace, love, and joy after that number? I hope so. Yeah, peace like a river. Any opinion on the soundtrack? Yes, Z, AZ in Hawaii. Yeah, that "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" soundtrack is just absolute beauty, wonder, joy, and genius. I love that thing. I gotta listen to that again. I got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Oh, here's another happy song. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds from now on. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. All right. I skipped the middle section of that song, the little bridge, because it's a little maudlin. Just the chords are a little. The chords are a little bit of a downer. Of the middle section. I'll be loving you always, with a love that's true always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand always, always. Days may not be fair always. That's when I'll be there always. Not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. Wow. All right. You know what that means. When we sing always, it's time to say goodnight. 1925, Irving, Berlin, always. Thank you, everybody. Turn all those gray skies blue and all that. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Z. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mobius, Mary, Richard, Kathy, Neuro, Mary. If I missed anyone's name, forgive me. All right, I'm gonna say goodnight, and I'll I'll see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow night at 9. The No Show.